Picture this, a group of brave adventurers weaving their way through the twisting halls of a long-forgotten wizard's tower. The air is thick with magic, and the very shadows seems to be dancing with the flickering light from their torches. They approach a dimly lit chamber, lined with ancient tomes and arcane candles. Then, suddenly, from the darkness there emerges the black mannequin. Its form eerie and uncanny, radiating an unsettling aura. The adventurers drawing their weapons to get ready, but before they can do so, a flurry of movement catches their eye. Tiny and quick, the guardian spiders manifest from the very stone that makes up the hall. Their granite legs clacketing against the stone floor, our adventurers find themselves not just in a room, but in a lair of magical constructs, meant as protectors, each with their own deadly capabilities. Welcome back, adventurers. Joel D.D. Algren here, bringing you another Monster Monday. This week, we are taking a peek at the Wizard's Constructs. We are looking at two new brews, the Black Mannequin and the Guardian Spider. Links, as always, to both of these in the descriptions below. Today, we are going to take a quick look at their abilities and traits, as well as how you can use them in your campaign and how they might be used in combat as well. But before that, I would like to ask you all a small favor. If you enjoy my content and want to see more, please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the like button as well. It truly helps a small-time creator like me to get seen out. Enough of that. Let's jump into our new monsters. Let's start with the Black Mannequin. A medium-sized construct with an AC of 15 and an HP pool of 68 standard. A speed of 30 feet, this CR5 creature is immune to both poison and psychic damage. But this creature is vulnerable to non-magical attacks. This, I think, helps balance it out, as it has access to some nifty defensive traits as well. It also makes it so that most martial classes have a slight advantage over spellcasters against this creature. It has blind sight up to 20 feet and also tremor sense in a much larger area. This means that the stealth approach is not really as effective against this creature as it would be against other things, as long as you're not flying, of course. It has 5 different traits it relies on. An immutable form, meaning it cannot be changed or altered in any way by magic. Magic resistance, just giving it advantage against spell saves. Magical weapon, letting its attack become magical to overcome other people's defenses. These 3 traits are pretty standard for a construct and fits it really well, I think. The unique traits, however, that the Black Mannequin has is Absorb and Copycat. Absorb, well, it lets it absorb 1 type of magical damage. It does not control which it is, but it is instead the first type that hits it each turn. So it can absorb that type of damage and also heal from it. Copycat is pretty straightforward. It lets the Black Mannequin copy an ability or attack used against it. Both of these traits will force the players to put a bit more thought into how and what they do during combat. Its actions are fairly simple as well, pretty straightforward. On its turn, if it can, it will use the copy ability. If not, it will use a standard slam attack instead. The second creature is the Guardian Spider. It is a tiny sized construct with an AC of 13 and an HP pool of only 7 on average. CR 1/4 for this little fellow. Just like the Black Mannequin, it is immune to poison and psychic damage. The Guardian does not have any real heavy traits. However, it does have the immutable form, magic resistance, and magical weapon, just like the Black Mannequin does. The 2 extra traits it has is Charge and Quick. Quick lets it knock someone prone if it moves at least 10 feet in a straight line towards the target and hit them with its ram attack. There is a DC 14 strength save for this, so you can always save from it, of course. Quick lets it takes the dash action as a bonus action. This is where the Guardian gets his strength from. And we will look at how we can use this later on. As for its attack, it has two different attacks. A bite attack that deals 1d4 plus 2 piercing damage, and a ram attack that deals the same amount of damage, but it is bludgeoning instead. Again, this is also used with charge traits. So how do we use these two monsters in a setting? Well, when I created them, I was working on a wizard's tower and thinking about what defenses they might have for the tower. The spider is what I thought of an outside defender, meaning that if someone tried to climb the tower itself, spiders would manifest from the stonework, and this would only happen really if someone climbed more than 10 feet up the stone tower. I did one spider per intruder, and their main goal was really just to knock people down. This is why they don't really have much of a defense or HP. They will just charge a target to get them off the tower. And in so doing, they will obviously, of course, inflict falling damage as well. It will use its quick trait if needed to accomplish this goal. However, they can easily be used in other situations as well, of course. With the trait it has, it can be very deadly in larger swarms, combining numbers with the ability to knock anyone prone. Obviously giving its fellow spiders or other allies advantage on melee attacks and disadvantage to the targets themselves. I think they can be very interesting creatures to use in many situations, even with low-level parties as well. That's kind of why I made them. I think we need a few more interesting low-level creatures to play around with as DMs for sure. What about the black mannequins though? I see them more as a guardian of treasure or valuables. Maybe they are lined up in the entrance of the Wizard's Tower's hall, trying to deter potential thieves by mirroring their movements, or maybe they are the guardians of a particular valuable library of a lich perhaps. I also think this can be used well as part of a classic quest, sort of the prove your worth sort of quest, or a simple challenge. Instead of having the mannequins copying all the players, you could pit them against a party just one-on-one in a, the sort of classic mirror fight, throwing back whatever the players use to try and take this creature down. In this situation, I would even give the mannequin the ability to copy the silhouette of its chosen target, sort of taking on the appearance of them as well. If you enjoyed today's content, please do me a solid, hit the like button, don't forget to subscribe. It is a small action for you, but it's a giant leap for this channel right here. And if there is a monster you would like me to create next, please leave a comment and your creature might be featured in the next Monster Monday. Also, of course, remember the raw stat block for both of these constructs are free for the next week. Perfect for DMs looking to add some spice to their own new sessions. And for my $5 patrons out there, you will get a little bit more. A PDF complete with lore and some artwork. Sorry, it's created by DALL-E, I am not an artist. As well as a print-friendly version of the same PDF. You'll find all the links you need in the description below. But that's it. Until next time, adventurers, keep your dice rolling and your imagination flowing.